Briefly, I want to talk about some of the things that the Green Party has been doing in Rhode Island over the last several months, a couple of years. As you imagine, the environmental questions that confront Rhode Island are foremost in our minds, although as Greens we connect environmental problems to social problems and economic problems as well. The Greens in Rhode Island have been very involved with fossil-free Rhode Island, with FANG, in the struggle against extreme energy and the fossil fuel developments in the state, including the pipeline and compressor station project in Burrillville. Now we've got a couple of new problems to deal with, the LNG liquefaction facility in Providence and the Burrillville power plant. In all of these cases, the Green Party argues that, and has worked in coalition arguing that it's time to step away from fossil fuel entirely and devote all of our energy development efforts to renewable energies, green energy. So we've been heavily involved in the environment, working in coalition. We also have been involved in the racial justice struggle in Rhode Island. We were participants in the National Moment of Silence 2014. We were participants in the Ayotzinapa and Ferguson protests on December 1st. We provided logistical support and financial support for several of those efforts. You did not see the Green Party speaking at the rallies. You did not see the Green Party issuing press releases or taking any credit. We did that very deliberately. We were at all of those racial justice events over the last year and a half, but we were there silently to support the youth of color primarily who were organizing those events, not to use our participation for political purposes. But it is important for members and supporters of the party to know that the Green Party has been participating in all of those racial justice mobilizations in Rhode Island for the last couple of years. In a similar way, we've been active participants in the peace movement. We helped to organize the Don't Bomb Syria rallies. We bring people and protest energy to every peace action demonstration that I can recall in Rhode Island in the last 23 years since we were founded. Again, the Green Party is very seldom prominent. We're up front in those organizing efforts because our role primarily has been to provide support and logistical support and publicity for those efforts. But you'll see if you visit our website, rigreens.org, you'll see lots of pictures and references to our work in the peace movement as well. We joined the Regulate RI Marijuana Legalization Coalition. The Green Party nationally and locally supports full legalization of marijuana and decriminalization of drug use. And we don't simply put those ideas on paper, we actively support the organizations that are engaged in organizing for them. We were one of the founding groups in the Rhode Island Coalition to Defend Human and Civil Rights, helping to organize protests and other activities, petition efforts directed at our congressional delegation to end NSA as well as corporate surveillance and to protect privacy. We joined the Citizens for Responsible Government Alliance, which opposed the Constitutional Convention referendum, working with the labor movement and with other progressive groups. The Green Party was actively involved in pointing out that given the way campaign finance laws are structured, opening a constitutional convention to elections which could easily be bought by out-of-state interests was simply opening Pandora's box. And that as much as we would like to have a more progressive and more representative constitution, at this moment in history, it's not a very good time to throw our constitution up for grabs and allow the wealthiest contributors and activists to manipulate our constitution. We've been involved in other activities, but I just wanted to give you a brief rundown of the kinds of things we've been doing the last couple of years. Again, I urge you to visit our website, rigreens.org. You'll find lots of information, not only about the Green Party in Rhode Island, but about Green Parties in other parts of the world as well. Sherry? Anyone have any questions on any of that? Yeah?
If you had to guess, what would you say is the top priority of the ones you mentioned?
I wouldn't guess. The Green Party is all volunteers, and the efforts that we get involved in are driven by the interests of the various individuals who participate. So I could give you what my top priority is, but there are other people in the party for whom something very different would be a top priority. But as an organization, we have not tried to name one as being most important. at any point in time, one or another might be at the top of our agenda. When we were working on the racial justice efforts, the protest down outside Providence Place Mall, the protest inside the Providence Police Department, that was the only thing we were doing for a number of days. The only thing we've been doing for the last couple of weeks is organizing this meeting. So all of our priorities got set aside. So our priorities vary depending on what's going on in the world, but I wouldn't venture to speculate on which one is most important. They're all important. The German Greens back in the 1970s developed the concept of the 4 pillars, and we use them in Rhode Island as well. We've slightly reworded them to be ecology, equality, democracy, and peace. Those are the 4 legs on which the Green Party movement worldwide stands, and they're all important. The importance of a particular effort may change from time to time, but no one of those 4 legs is more important than the other.
They're all connected.